Does it mean that whatever they were promised was not fulfilled? And I think my sister Gladys would have told us here, other than just rebuking the bishops, although she said she's not rebuked them, I thought it was easier for her as a senior member of parliament, you know, somebody who speaks and looks like speaks for the government, to tell us, why are these bishops complaining? Could there be maybe some pending bills that have taken quite some time?
There are pending bills.
And could they be getting frustrated?
Right.
And if they are getting frustrated, what is the best way? How is the what strategy should we adopt so that this annoyance, this anger, does not continue building? Because I can obviously see the bishop's tone was not a good tone.
Right.
They looked like they were frustrated. You know, using words like lies. You know, they said lies. They used, lies. You know, they used words that, to me, indicated that there was a little bit of anger. And now they were telling me
this interview with Citizen TV between Wamchomba, Women Rep Kiambu, and Gladys Bos-Jolie, Women Rep Ushan Gishu, has been trending on the social media for the later part of the day. Why? This is because these two people represent two big political sides in the country at the moment, with Wamchonga being on the side of the outside Mr. Rigathi Gachagua and Gladys Bos-Jolie being the ally of the President William Samoei Ruto. So they were debating on issues which are happening in the country at the moment, and it has really caught into the attention of the netizens that issues are not right. Even those who are trying to make them look right, it's becoming more difficult.
Molded by the Catholic Church.
Right.
But I said it pained me that they would go and make a press conference. And I said, these are church leaders who have an open door to State House whenever they want. I said they will get an appointment with the president ahead of me and many other leaders. They will always have an open door.
Right.
So what I requested, if they really want to resolve the problem, because this is the church is not supposed to be selling doom and telling everybody that things are crumbling and there is anxiety. You know, the church is supposed to sell hope and hold our faith. That is how we are faithful, because it is hope. The whole entire Bible.
So when you
hold on, let me finish.
Yeah.
So what I was saying is that if they really want to resolve the problem,
right.
And like we said, 48% of healthcare in Kenya is actually from faith-based churches, right, and private. And usually they are big stakeholders. So if they have a problem with SHIF or SHA, what they should do is seek an appointment with the head of state and say, this is what we see is going wrong, these are our proposed solutions, and this is where we can help in trying to resolve it. That is what the church is supposed to do. They're not just supposed to come and cry and say things are bad and everything is going wrong without giving us a solution. We are looking upon them. They are our spiritual fathers and mothers.
They are not in government, Mheshimiwa Speaker.
Sorry?
They're not in government. I mean, they're no obligation to speak to the president at State House.
No, let me tell you, even when I see something going wrong, I don't go and make a press conference about it. Because I have access to the president. That's what I'm saying.
It is okay, you can have difference of opinion on how to approach issues, but is there anything wrong in the church bishops coming together to give a press statement of what they think is the state of the nation? From
listening to their statement, they simply used very lofty words, anxiety. If they were crumbling education. They just used very big words.
Is there a problem in the education sector?
No, I want them to say, they should have been more specific. They should just say, the challenge is A, B, C, D, and these are the solutions that we think we should be proposing. But don't just say anxiety, crumbling, failure, odd billions.
Deputy Speaker, I thought they were very particular. Violation of human rights and freedom of speech, abductions, talking about the situation of the June 25th and events after that. They're talking about culture of lies, NHF, and kept promises and misplaced priorities. They have gone into the detail to say that...
Those are not specifics. Those are just English words.
I'm saying when the government fails to fulfill...
They are descriptive words. They are not
I just want to read
specific.
your paragraph. When the government fails to fulfill its promises, particularly concerning payments to essential service providers, it harms vulnerable communities. This is the case with NHIF. The neglect of faith-based organizations, hospitals, now owed billions in dues, is an issue we have addressed constantly, even with the president. And you're saying that they should have gone to speak to the president at State House.
Yes, and also
This interview was very serious. It was very fire, and I liked how she was also trying to put her stance on hold that you can't bully me in this interview, despite the fact that these were the facts on the ground. But this issue, they should have done it this way, or the priest should have presented the idea this way, rather than going out there to embarrass the president. But the reality, she was first denying that they should have gone to the State House, and by going to the State House, the pastors, also the club bishops, exposed that they had been to their State House in their press conference. So, what is happening? But Wamchomba couldn't hold back.
Hospital level 4, and I can tell you there is a big problem. I want to use an example of the mission hospital that I visited. The mission hospital that I visited told me they are owed 233 million by NHIF. They have had very serious negotiations with NHIF on how that debt is going to be paid. They were promised they will be paid 2 million every month, but they only receives 230,000 every month. From the 2 million promise to 230,000. So they were asking me, if we are receiving 230,000 per month, and we are told that we are going to be receiving 2 million, and we are owed 233 million, how long?
How many years?
How many years are we going to wait for NHIF debt to be paid before we actually get on track on the new SHA system? And the Bible says in the book of 1 Timothy 5, verses 1, that do not rebuke the elders. Rather, if they are going off key or they are going out of the way, try and appeal to them, but do not rebuke. That's what the Bible says. In the book of Numbers 12, verses 8 to 9, says that you should not speak against God's servants, because the wrath of speaking against God's servants might be a whip to you. It's not my voice, that is the Bible's voice. My voice. The church interacts with the people more oftenly than any other person in this country. The church does the highest level of public participation on matters pertaining livelihoods. And the first time when the president talked about the Catholic Church during the Tangaza graduation ceremony, I felt like the president should have probably maybe used that opportunity